Hey, what's up guys? It's Brendan from Best Life Weight Loss, and today's bike vlog, I just want to talk about what's motivating you for your weight loss journey. You know, if you saw the short, I was talking to some guys in the Facebook fitness group I'm in, and one of them was telling me how he just doesn't have the motivation. He doesn't have the drive that he needs, or that he feels like he needs. And he was talking about sending, a reminder text messages to work out. And I was like, I don't know if that's going to work. It's something cool to try, to maybe something that says, hey, work out, something that's constantly reminding you. That might work, For me, I told him, write down things that might motivate you. Things like, are you overweight? Do you want to be healthy? Is it hard for you to move around? When I was morbidly obese, these weren't even things that really crossed my mind. It wasn't until I started to lose the weight and I started to feel better and move faster that I realized and I noticed, I was like, wow, all of these things were holding me back. Subconsciously, I'm sure I knew how much the weight was hindering my life, but it wasn't really something you put in perspective. Me, I had a buddy that died from being overweight, and I'd been overweight my whole life, and I wanted a change. And putting those motivations in front of me, writing them down, looking at them every day, that helped push me forward for sure. But, I can say without the proper motivations, it's going to be hard to put yourself out there. But you could be like me, where you start working out with some thought of, hey, this is what I want. And the results in and itself can push you forward. But it comes down to starting. I said I had a whole video about failure. And stopping your weight loss journey, quitting your weight loss journey is the only way for you to fail on your journey. But what happens if you can't even start your journey? And, I always say consistency is key, and starting can be scary. But see, I don't think starting is the hardest part. I feel like maintaining, staying the course, that's harder. I feel like anyone can start, and that's something that we touched upon in the messaging in the group. Was like, I work out here and there, but it's something you can't stay consistent. And that's what it comes down to. I feel like you, as your motivations and why you're working out, that's not what's going to get you into the gym. That's not what's going to get you the body you want. It's going to be your willingness, your drive, your consistency to keep doing it. So I told him, I said, all those reminders, all the factors, writing it down is great, but you have to start. If you don't start, you'll never achieve. You'll never grow. You'll never find out. It's not starting something. It's the biggest deterrent, Failure is you quitting, but what is you not even starting? That's a step above failure, And I'm not trying to shame anyone or put anyone down. This channel is all about uplifting and promoting positive health for everyone. I started this channel because I wanted there to be a voice for people that aren't ripped, using steroids, and have all these giant muscles. I feel like I'm the average guy that figured out a life hack for weight loss, and it's just stationary bike in a room 5 to 6 days a week, living in a calorie deficit, eating foods that I like, enjoying my diet. These are all things that didn't just happen. These are all things that I made happen, that I put forth the effort, that I stayed consistent on, that I tried new things, applied new things, and I never gave up on it. But for someone to say, oh man, I don't know what can motivate me to start, you just have to start. Because what you're gonna need is the consistency. What you're gonna need for motivation is to keep going. I see people start a million times, just like quitting. I know people that quit a lot. I know people that start a lot. The hardest thing is maintaining, staying consistent, not giving up. So for anyone that's hesitant on starting, can't find the proper motivations, you have to look inward. You have to see your goals and why you want to work out. You got to ask yourself why you want to work out. You also have to ask yourself, how do I want to not just look, but how do I want to feel in 10 years? You know, in 10 years, I'll be 42. And you can look at 40-year-olds that are fat, sloppy, have a hard life, can barely move around, and they're like, oh, I'm old. And then you can look at 40-year-olds that you can't even tell they're fucking 40. And they're in good shape, and they're living a wonderful life. And we all have to reflect on that. You know what you don't see? You don't see old, fat people. You don't see morbidly obese people in their 70s and 80s. You just fucking don't. But you know what I do see? I see 90-year-old runners, 90-year-old cyclists, motherfuckers doing marathons at 89. Why can they do that at those ages? And then there's other people that at fucking 60, they're bedridden and they can barely move and they're dying. Exercise, diet, health, weight loss. When I talk about a journey for life, when I talk about longevity, I mean for the long haul. I mean for the rest of your life. I want to be healthy. I want to be strong. I want to have energy and power. And the proper motivation, this whole video started from motivation. I feel like the motivation you need is for the consistency. And I feel like, just starting is something that we can all do. And quitting is something that's going to happen. But your weight loss journey, your life, that is something that is always there until it's not. And you want to maintain that life and live a good, healthy life. So I would say for everyone that, is hesitant, that wants to start working out, but just doesn't see the factors, doesn't see it's easy to say, just start. But starting is fucking easy. Going and doing it for the first time, for the second time, for the third time, that's not hard. I recommend everyone go out and try it because starting is not hard. The hard part is the next day. The hard part is the follow-up, is continuing the process. So anyone that feels hesitant on starting, you have to just break the glass. You have to just go and do it and then see how your body reacts, see how your mind reacts, and then decide how you're going to stay consistent, how you're going to continue going. That's really what it comes down to. That's really what a successful journey is going to be. So finding your motivation, that really comes from looking inward and seeing what you want, how you want your body to feel, and what kind of goals you want to set, how you want to achieve them. That's all up to you. My favorite part about my weight loss journey, other than the health benefits and the feeling I have, is that I am in control of it. When you go to work, they set your schedule. They dictate the productions and productivity standards. But on your weight loss journey, you control all of that, and I like that. When I want to work out, that's the times that I work out. When I don't want to work out, I don't work out. You are in charge. You're the one that needs to make it accessible, needs to make it easy, needs to make it fun and functional, and something that you can do for a long time. So I hope you guys see what I'm saying. And I know it's easy. It sounds like I'm an asshole. Just fucking start. But when you start, you can see how your body reacts. And you can see and learn and know, hey, how can I make this consistent? And that's what you got to find out. Fuck the motivations, because the motivations come later. If you want to just start, you have to figure out what's going to push you forward. And then you look at the motivations to keep you consistent. I hope you start your weight loss journey today, guys, and stay positive.